Hello and welcome back to our channel Nursery to Varsity. Hope you people are learning, and right now we are going to understand the next topic in the JavaScript, that are JavaScript functions, JavaScript objects and the JavaScript events. These three topics are very important to understand because if you write any programming language, the function play an important key role in any language. Okay, if you people have learn about any language like C++ or Python, you know that they are the function, so they play a very important role there. Why is it so? Let's get started in this video to understand why the functions, objects and the events play so important role. So, the function can be defined as a group of the reusable code which can call anywhere in a program. Okay, so the best method is to use the function. Why? Because you have to just write the lines of code in somewhere and you can use it again in the whole program. Isn't it very good? Because it saves you a lot of time. That's the most important point. Okay, the second point is that it helps us in eliminating the need of writing the same code again and again at different places. Okay, the third is it helps a person writing the code in more modular way. Fourth, it allows a programmer to divide the big problems into the different small parts. For example, you have to write a very large program on any anything. Okay, so you have to write a very long code. Now if you don't want to get stuck in the middle part, the best option is to divide it into the small programs with the help of the function. It makes your code more easier to understand to the another person. Okay, so whenever we talk about the function, we see the three things in the function. These are function definition, function calling and function parameters. Function are defined with the function keyword. Whenever you have to define the function, the keyword that you have to use is function. Okay, so what's the syntax? How you can define them, call them or pass them with the parameters. So whenever you have to define the function, as you can see on my screen, you have to write the syntax as function. The function is a keyword, fixed keyword that you have to use wherever you want to write any function. Okay, that function and function name. Function name can be any name according to your choice. Yeah, but follow the camel writing in this, it is more preferable. Okay, and in brackets you have to give the parameters. This parameter can be a single parameter, no parameter or two parameters or more than two. And after that it contains the statements. Okay, how can you call that function? To call a function, you have to just give the name of the function with or without the parameters. If you have written the definition of the function with the parameters, you have to call the function with parameters. If not so, there is no problem. Let's have a look at the code, how you can write the functions. Let me open that. See, what I have done in the body part, I have defined two types of the function. One function is the function without parameters and one is the function with parameters. Okay, how can we do that? In this I have written here a form, and in form I have given the small button with the value say hi and on click. If you don't know about this, just leave for that. Okay, and in on click I have passed one function hi1. Okay, here I have used the camel writing. What's the camel writing? Camel writing means the first letter of the first word should be in the small and the second letter of the second word means the first letter of the second word should be in caps. Okay, this is called the camel case. And in the brackets I have passed no parameters because it's a function without parameters. Okay, now how I have given the definition of this? See, in script I have written the definition of the function with, I have called that function with function keyword. I have written this function, name of the function hi1, and I have console out hello there from nerd to world. Okay, let's have a look also at the function with parameters, then we will see the output. In this I have written again on click, but in this I am passing the function with 2 parameters. Again the button value is say hi again, but how is the definition of this? See, in hi again I have passed it as name, age, and logged out name, age plus var. How can we do that? I have taken just random name of the parameters. Don't focus on that. The main motive of the code is to understand how we pass the function with or without parameters or more than one parameters. Okay, now how would be the output for this? See, I will do the control shift I to see the console value. Okay, let me call it say hi. See, hello there from nar to var. Say hi again, nar to var. How it was possible? As in this I have passed in hi again name and age, and whenever I am calling this function I am passing with 2 values. One is a string and one is a number. So in this way the JavaScript function are performed. Okay. So the next one is we have understood the parameters. How can we read the parameters with and without the parameters and the output of the parameters. Okay. One more thing is in the function also. The thing is that we can use the function as an expression, means it can be stored in a particular value. For example, I have written var x is equals to function ab written a star b. What's going there? We are calling the function without the function name and storing it in a variable x. Okay, so whenever you have to call this function, this is the definition of the function, right? So whenever you have to call that function, you will write the variable x we have already defined. So you will write x, and in x you will pass in brackets the number of the parameters. Either it can be a single, it can be more than one parameter. Okay, so such types of the function are known as anonymous functions. These values are stored in the variables. These don't need any function name. They are always called using the variable names. Okay. So the next topic that we are going to understand is what are the JavaScript objects. The JavaScript object is called as an OOP language. Why so? If you people have any prior knowledge about what the C++ means, there you have studied that the C++, that is, it's an object-oriented programming language. Why so? Because it follows some of the features like encapsulation. What is encapsulation? The capability or the power to store any information. Okay, relation information. Aggregation. Aggregation means storing one object inside the other. Inheritance. Inheritance, if you people have not studied that C++, there is no problem. We are not going to use any portion of that. The inheritance only means that we define one class and in the other class we are going to use that feature of the class. Why it so help us? Because it saves you from writing the same code. For example, they are the two person, there should be having 2 eyes and color, head color or something, color of hair, something. So these are some common features that we write in one person, and we extend those features in all other person with some special features, okay, of that particular person. So in this way the inheritance work. What is polymorphism? Polymorphism means to write the one function with the different names. This is called the polymorphism. Okay, so the definition of the objects are, these are also the variable, but the different is that it can have more than one value. How can we define that? See, to define the object, what you have to do, you can give the variable or any name of that variable, and in brackets you have to write it work as a name value pairs, if you know that. Okay, so how it works, you write any name of that object and in bracket you will pass that value. So it name value pair, it's called name colon value pairs. Okay, again you will pass last name Varsity, work video publishing. So it works like That name value pairs. Okay, how can you access that? You have to just write object name, what you have defined. Here I have defined person dot property name wherever you want to use that. If I want to use work, you will write person dot work. Or we can understand with an example what are the objects. So for example, let us consider that there is a car. Okay, so that particular car will having so many features. For example, it has means it has a that much speed, or we can say that consider that as an object. Okay, it can have the color, it can have the weight. They are the different properties of the car, of the different cars, we can say. Okay, their values may differ, but the things are same. Okay, their method can differ, but these method can be called at different time. Okay, so how can we use that? Let's see with an example. I have written here JavaScript objects and use a paragraph with an ID, and here I have passed the script, that is one person, and given some objects. I have described here one object that is with the name person and written here with the name value pairs. Okay, and I have called this try to in the document.getElement by ID and pass it to the what I have done. Whenever you have to access any object, what you have to do, you have to just name that object. This is name is person dot with the property value, with the means with the value you want to use it. Which value you want to use? First name. So we will write person dot first name. Similarly, person dot last name, person dot work. How it will work out? See. Oh, let me refresh it out. It's a see. It is written here. Nursery to Varsity upload video on YouTube. Okay. What are the JavaScript events? The JavaScripts interact with the HTML, that is means whenever the JavaScript interact with any HTML code, it is handled through events that occur when the user manipulates a particular page. For example, whenever you load the page, it's called an event. Whenever you are closing the window, it's called the event. Whenever you are resizing the size of the window, these are called the events. So the events are the part of DOM. Okay. When the user clicks a button, that click to is also an event. How can you write that? You have to just give the simple syntax, that is syntax element event is equals to some JavaScript. Element means on that particular element you want to apply that event. Okay. What are these events? It can be a multiple events. It can be on submit, on click, on mouse over, on mouse out, on key down, on load is equals to some JavaScript code. Now, we are not going to understand all these events. You have to just try it by yourself. We will see one of the event with an example. See, I have written here try our mouse again. Okay, and in on mouse over I have called out the function over, and on mouse out I have called out the function out, and in h2 I have passed you are inside the division, and I have defined their definition above. See, on over and on out. Document.write means it will write into the document on the page you are opening. Mouse over, mouse out. How it will work out? Whenever you will hover onto the inside element, the function will be called over and it will work out. Now it's right like a magic. See. Now what you have to do, just click you are inside the division, and whenever you will hover onto this division part, the all part will disappear and only see mouse over. This is because of the function that we are using here. Over, out, and calling out that function with the definition of function over and writing document.write mouse out. So in this way these events work out. Thanks for watching this video. Stay tuned and don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and also you can like us on all our pages and the link to the pages is given in the description below. Thank you.